the draw for this year's Qatar 2022 World Cup took place. And like many of you know, the Black Stars of Ghana will be playing their first match against Portugal. Remember that encounter in that 2014 World Cup, that game that we played. And also, they will follow up with that particular game against South Korea. And then the last game will be against a very familiar side, and which I know that Ghanaians are buzzing, against Uruguay. So interesting, that is interesting draw that happened here for the Black Stars of Ghana. And I caught up with Ket Opreko, who is the president of the Ghana Football Association, who says this kind of games, it gets to test the Black Stars, so they are ready for it. Also, the captain of the side, that is Andre Dedeayu, says they are at the World Cup. So you have to be ready to face whoever that you get. And he's happy with the draw. He knows that the Black Stars, or he says that the Black Stars will be ready to face these teams. And now, let me bring in my colleague, Gary Smith, who has also been covering the World Cup draw and is pretty much excited about it. Gary, thank you very much. You're live on News 360. Your initial thoughts on the draw?
Well, you've known that for me, the fact that we are here alone excites me. I mean, it's good to have in Nigeria. So for me, just like Henry said after the draw, when one of the media houses spoke to him, anything from here is a bonus. And for them, they see it as a second chance after coming so close to probably not being here as well. He has pledged together with the FA. They say that tomorrow they are going to the centers around Qatar to check the training facilities and see what decisions to take in terms of how to start camping the team and so on and so forth. He was also asked about getting the team ready. And he says, thankfully, Ghana has AFCON qualification matches. There'll be a few friendlies here and there. And so they are confident that at least they can present the team. He was worried that as a former sports journalist himself, the only things that have derailed the Black Stars whenever they've gone to the World Cup has been basically not behaving properly. And for him, more than all the other things, it is no bonus rounds and all those things. And for me, I can only agree with him. But for me, go Ghana.
So I remember when I like you mentioned, when I spoke to Andre, he mentioned that 2014 World Cup, when they went there on the pitch, they thought that they delivered or they were good. But off the pitch incident overshadowed what they did on the pitch. But this time they are going to make things right with the right preparations. Talk to us about the opponent, familiar faces in there, that is Uruguay and also Portugal as well. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano actually says he wants to go to the 2026 World Cup. So if Ghana doesn't take care, he will use us for a bit of history again. You know how that man is. But remember that game fondly with them. We were not in the best shape mentally at the time because the $3 million thing that happened just a night before. This time we are not going to have any of that. We are going to match them properly and it's going to be good. As for Uruguay, what is there to be said? It is the final group game, and hopefully, I hope that Luis Suarez will still be part of the Ghana national team. Guess what? That's the GFA president and the vice here as well. Oh, they're just passing.
Okay. So just let me quickly talk to the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Prosper. Prosper, your thoughts on the draw?
Well, I think that it's been a wonderful draw. It's thrown up some matches that I think will excite Ghanaians. Immediately, we got Uruguay. A friend sent me a message that he's been looking for them since 2010. And thank God that we have the opportunity. But he also threw up a challenge for us to build a formidable team, prepare very well. This is the biggest stage, and we have to come very prepared. And from now to November, that's the kind of work ahead of us. So there's work ahead of us, which we'll take on, and we'll ask all Ghanaians to bring their all to support, so that we can deliver.
Right. So that was the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, and another person who is also photobombing. Do I say photobombing? Is the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Ket Okweku, is here. Ket, are you scared?
Not at all. We are ready.
How ready are you?
I think that, first of all, we're glad to be here. The team had very bad out at AFCON. We took all the good decisions, and there's a new sense of how shall I say it? I mean, the spirit around the team has now changed, and I believe that given the draw that we had, our team will be very competitive. Obviously, there are certain decisions that we need to make to set the ball rolling, but Portugal, yes. Uruguay, yes. Korea Republic will make it.
And preparations kicks in right away?
Well, preparations for this venture or adventure started at the AFCON, obviously. We picked up the pieces. We engaged in those two very big games against our small boys. They hate to hear this. You guys call it the Jollof battle.
The Jollof battle.
Yes. And okay, so beyond that, I'm sure that we'll regroup. I believe we are very clear as to how the team will look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe additions. The coach permitting. These days, I'm very careful as to how I speak. But I believe that we will enjoy ourselves here in Qatar. And the world would enjoy the Black Stars.
Are you keeping the coach?
Are you keeping the coach?
I should be asking you. You take the decisions.
Ghana keeping the coach.
They want to keep the coach.
Okay. We'll see.
Right. So that was the GFA president, Mr. Ket Okweku, there talking to us. So we'll be bringing you more reactions from this particular draw that took place today. And like he said, preparations start right away. So back to you, Yao Fosilabi.
Well, most certainly. Thank you very much to Juliet Bewa in Qatar, bringing us all the updates. And it's a really good interview, though, with the president of the Ghana Football Association. But let's move on. And still some more reactions to the draw that was done earlier today in Qatar. We've been speaking to some of the Black Stars players, Richard Ofori and Joseph Pentel, on their thoughts on the draw.
Nowadays, in the world of football, we don't have easy team or easy opponent to play, because if you can see, even in AFCON, Malawi and other countries, what they came to do tells you that now football has really developed. So everyone, every nation is putting in more effort. But our group, I think the previous Black Stars have played them before, because I remember in 2010 we played against Uruguay, and then I think we have played against Korea before. So the group is very tough, because if you can see, now we don't have any small country. So we must expect anything, and then we must expect good game from each and every country. So it's a very perfect group. At the same time, it's a very tough group that we need to check how to approach all the games.
Are you satisfied with the draw?
Although I'm satisfied, because it's countries that we all know. Because now in the world of football, like I said, we don't have any more country. But you can't be satisfied whilst you haven't played any team. Right. You can't be satisfied.
Yeah, I think it's a very good group, and like I said, this is really like everybody has the same strength when it comes to like a tournament like this, because everybody has a determination, and the determination is just to qualify from the group stage. So this is going to be, maybe people will see not being like a difficult group, but it's going to be like really a little bit difficult, and not for us, but for us as we Ghanaians, we are really ready to make everything possible to qualify for this group. But with this group that we have, everybody have the same strength, and yeah, the one who puts more effort and who works hard as a team and do everything as a team will just make it to the next stage.
Well, that was Joseph Pinto there, but earlier you heard from Richard Ofori, who's also one of the Black Stars captains in there. But let's move on and check out the different countries who made which groups at the World Cup draw in there. In Group A, Qatar, the host nation, will start off their campaign, first off, and they'll take on Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. Also in Group B, there's England, there's Iran, and then there's USA, and also one of the teams that will come from the European playoff games. Now, I remember that in 1998, Iran and USA played out a game between the two countries, and England and USA also faced each other at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Now, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland make Group C, and then Group D has France, one of the intercontinental playoffs, and then Denmark and as well as Tunisia in there. Now, Group E has Spain, one of the intercontinental playoff teams, Germany and Japan. Belgium are in Group F, and they will also take on Canada as well as Morocco and Croatia. Group G has Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. And Group H, where Ghana has Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. But if you look at it, Group E has the strongest nations, really. The group of death, that is Spain, Germany, and Japan. One of the intercontinental playoffs teams will also come in that one to see how the groups panned out. But that's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofusila. We'll be back. We'll bring you more on the World Cup draw, as well as a lot more on the World Cup a bit later in our subsequent bulletins.